You're listening to the world's #1 improvised podcast, if we don't count the others. This is the Be Right Back Show, and here's your host, David Vader.
Hello and welcome to the Be Right Back Show. My name is David Vader and I like movies. And today is a very important day. We've got a fantastic guest for you. He is one of the house members here at the Improv Pit. We do shows every Thursday, so come on by. He's also doing a PhD. Jake Payne, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thanks, Vader. Good to be here, man.
What's going on, mate? You're a psychologist as well?
I'm a psychologist and an improviser.
Does it help?
With the psychology? For sure. Yeah, like some of what I do is so serious. Like holding people's traumas and deep secrets, and then to have a sort of like ritual play, multiple times a week through improv really cuts through it.
Yeah, it is really ritualistic, right? Sometimes you impose some boundaries on something and things can flourish so much more within those boundaries. Whereas if you don't have the boundaries, it's almost like it doesn't know where to grow.
For sure. And sometimes, like I know people want to be there for their friends and support each other, but there's not so much like natural time just to play and muck around, and this just like gives me a place to do it.
Hell yeah, man. Awesome. How long have you been doing improv?
I've been doing improv on and off for like 10 years.
10 years? I didn't know. That's a lot.
Yeah, like I had a big break. Like I did it in 2014, I think I started. I did it for a couple of years with Conspiracy, and then I got into clowning for a while.
Right, yeah.
And then I had about a 7-year break, and then I just sort of recently, last year, started becoming a cast member with the Pit.
Yeah.
And was training with them for a year before then, and I've been doing it for a while.
Yeah. I mean, I do really enjoy our scenes together because like you are quite grounded, and I feel like my characters are pretty grounded as well, which is one of the things that the coaches tell me to get out of, be more silly. But I like that. I feel like those scenes, especially those early Harold scenes, they can really make or break a show. It doesn't matter how silly you get later.
Absolutely, and if you go too silly at the start, then it's really hard to go much higher than that sometimes.
Yeah. Do you kind of remember back in 2014 what was the catalyst that made you want to try improv? Was it someone mentioned something or?
Yeah, like I was really socially anxious. I was really just in my head all the time. And then I think someone said, oh man, do improv. It's a way to kind of get out of your head and just feel more comfortable being around other people.
And you listened?
And I listened and I did it.
Yeah.
And I was like kind of expecting, because they said, it's, helps with social anxiety, that like people wouldn't be socially anxious at improv. But
yeah, no, it's the opposite.
These are the most socially anxious people I'd ever met.
It's like everyone got that same advice.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They just showed up.
Yeah, I always say to Damon, it's like improvisers, like 50% of the time, they're just people that have been told they're funny at some point, and the rest is just on the spectrum. And so you get this like really interesting mix of people. Yeah. But yeah, I was told early on about, oh my God, what's going on?
Oh man, I'm so sorry. I forgot that I'm selling some things on Amazon. And there's a guy outside. Oh shit, he's here, man.
So you got to like go drop off something? Or?
Yeah. It's these chairs that I've been polishing and they're ready. So yeah, shit, he's down there, man. I've got to go.
Polishing chairs?
Yeah, I'm sorry, man.
All good, man.
I know I said I'd do this, but I can't. So yeah, I'm sorry, man.
No worries, man. We'll come back when you come. Yeah. All right. Well, look, it's happened again, folks. Unfortunately, Jake has had to head off. I don't know why I do this. I'm the host of a Be Right Back show, and the Be Right Back part just seems to be happening every week. It's really, really odd, and I'm not sure if I'm not sure I'm going to be okay. I think this is the last show that I'm doing. All right, because people can't. I'm just going to have to riff-raff and excuse me, sir. Hey, come on in. Yes, off the street. Hello, how are you?
Yeah, bloody good, mate.
Yeah, it's good to see you. Do I know you from somewhere?
Yeah, you might have seen me in some major films.
What's your name?
I'm Joe-Elle Edgerton.
Joe-Elle Edgerton. Wow, it's amazing. I mean, that's very similar to a guest who's had to cancel on us a couple of times. His name is Joel Edgerton. Are you related to Joel Edgerton?
Nah, never heard of him, mate. I'm Joe-Elle.
Joe-Elle.
Joe-Elle is a unique name. Actually, my father's name was Joe, and my mother's name was Elle, and they decided they would hyphenate their first names.
That's a hyphenated first name. I've never heard of that before.
My parents are unique.
Yeah, so your mum was cool with Edgerton.
She was traditional in that way and just followed Dad's lead on Edgerton.
Yeah, no, I love that. That's amazing. Joe-Elle Edgerton. Joe-Elle. I apologise.
Is my name.
Well, thanks for coming in. We're just doing this little live show and we've had our guests pull out. So if you've got a spare 10 minutes, we'd love to just get to know you a little bit.
Yeah, sure, Vader.
Sure. So are you from Melbourne? Are you...
Yeah, I'm originally from Byron Bay.
Yeah,
on the coast up there.
What do you do for work?
I've been trying to get into acting for a long time, but haven't quite cracked it.
You're not going to believe this, but the fact that you have Edgerton as a surname might actually be helpful to you because there's a famous actor called Joe-Elle Edgerton. He was in The Gift. He was in a bunch of amazing films. One called The Stranger more recently I saw. He's a great actor. Did you study acting classically or at school or?
Most of my acting training was at home, actually, with Mum. Mum was she never did any official training in drama, but she always wanted to be an actress.
Yeah.
And so she just made me and my brothers and sisters perform a lot of plays, particularly Macbeth and Stranger Things.
Wow. That's crazy. So Macbeth is, of course, a classic Shakespearean tale. I don't know what the actual tale is because I'm an idiot, but it's a classic one. And of course, Stranger Things, that's a more modern creation from the two brothers that love the 80s style.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. Yeah, Mum was a visionary. She liked to mix the young with the old.
Yeah, wow.
So when Stranger Things came out as a series, she thought, we're must make a play version of that.
We're going to recreate it.
And we did.
And was it musical? Was this...
Yeah, there were musical elements to it.
It is a play after all.
Yeah, like we didn't actually sing any songs in it, but we would perform the background music with our mouths.
Wow. That's amazing. Look, I'm not going to ask for a performance because I think that's putting you on the spot a little bit, but I'm sure if you maybe have a link to somewhere where people can listen to it, they'd love to check it out. So
yeah, if you go into Joe-Elle Edgerton 1994.com.au, you can see full clips and just the audio of the entire series of Stranger Things, the play.
That's wow. So you've got a whole thing that people can explore. Joe-Elle Edgerton 1994. Wait, 1994, is that your birth year?
That's right.
I think Joe-Elle Edgerton was born around then.
Really?
There's a guy. You're familiar with this actor at all, or you've never heard of Joe-Elle Edgerton?
See, the thing about that is, Mum, while she let us perform Macbeth and Stranger Things, the series, as a play, didn't let us watch movies.
Wow, that's crazy.
She said like I said, she was traditional.
Yeah.
And very religious, and so thought the movies were the devil's work.
Wow, so this was Elle Edgerton.
Elle Edgerton, yeah.
She's quite a traditional woman.
And wasn't into movies.
But I like that she became a modern woman when it came to hyphenating your first name.
Yeah. I laugh because, Mum was a bit of a contradiction sometimes. You know, sometimes she would follow tradition, but then, like, taking the last name and not watching movies, but would also be very traditional in the sense, non-traditional in that she gave me a hyphenated.
Yeah, no, I understand. I mean, it's I guess we all really pick and choose the tradition. The whole reason traditions exist is because somebody made a choice along the way to keep one thing going over another. I'm curious about your father, Joe Edgerton? Was he, traveling salesman? Was he in the circus? Was he what was he doing?
Yeah, my father, Joe, Dr. Joe, actually.
Doctor?
Dr. Joe, he was a veterinarian, a famous one, actually.
Famous one?
Yeah.
Wow, and did he travel around like doing, was it TV shows or something, or?
Yeah, it was predominantly TV shows, but he was really specialising in quite unique animals.
Yeah, wow.
Like horses that hadn't developed properly. Like, for example, if there was ever a three-legged horse born or a horse born with less cloves or hooves than it was supposed to have, he would be there. They'd call him straight away.
Yeah.
And he would be there, Dr. Joe.
No, Dr. Joe Edgerton doing the Lord's work. I mean, how often, though, are there horses, equine, shall we say, born with suboptimal amounts of hooves?
A lot more than you would think.
Well, I would think 0.
But a lot. But you're quite a lot. He would receive calls from all parts of Australia, and maybe here in Victoria you don't see as many horses, but in Byron Bay, where we grew up, we had at least 12 to 15 horses on our property at each time, and they all had different disabilities or developmental disorders.
Wow. So, like, out of the 12, say, horses that you had at any one time, how many legs?
Legs, that's a good question, because some would have all 4 legs.
Yeah.
Some would have 2.
Would there ever be a horse with 5?
We didn't see that.
No,
we didn't see that. I saw
probably a different doctor that specialises in.
Yeah. Dad didn't like those guys that specialise in multiple limbed horses.
I want to ask you a bit of a personal question, if that's all right with you, Joe-Elle. Your dad, obviously a famous horse doctor. Your mum, traditional, modern, a good mix. There's a famous actor by the name of Joe-Elle Edgerton. He wrote and he starred in a great movie called The Gift. But I do wonder if he is somehow related to you, because your dad, Joe, maybe he's traveling the country picking up horses with 3 legs. Is it possible that he had another family? That's my question.
Wow. He did spend a lot of time with horses, and he had a few nurses that worked for his business.
Wow.
Dr. Edgerton's vets for horses.
Yeah, vet nurses.
He did travel a lot.
What were do you remember any of those nurses kind of being friendly to you, sticking around for a while?
Yeah, there was there's a woman, Ashley. She really, I just feel like she spent more time with me than she needed.
Could I ask, was it Ashley Edgerton?
Ashley Edgerton.
Was that her surname?
I don't.
Do you?
I think it was
remember.
Egerton. Egerton. It was actually,
but it was very.
It was a hyphenate. Egerton.
Yeah, but it was very close to. It's a very close knit kind of group of people. The names are all very similar. It must be a beautiful community to kind of grow up in, though.
Yeah.
A lot of support and other supportive parents.
A lot of supportive parents. A lot of veterinarian family friends. A lot of my dad's friends were part of some kind of vet family, whether they were invested in, other animals such as sheep and goats.
Yeah, such as sheep and goats, yeah.
But typically, those goats and sheep didn't have developmental disorders.
No, that's fine. I mean, you got to choose you got to choose your path sometimes, and if you're going with horses, that's your thing. Don't go in. Like, I understand Joe's position. He's an expert at 3-legged horses. He doesn't want to go and do 3-legged goats. I mean, that's the last thing on his mind. He wants just a normal 4-legged goat.
Yeah, and I guess I've chosen my path as well.
Yeah, because you're going down there.
Trying to get into acting.
Yeah, so tell me about that. What are you working on at the moment, and are you doing any auditions? Are you preparing for any roles?
I'm following in Dad's footsteps, believe it or not, and I'm trying to audition as disabled animals.
Wow, that's
Sometimes a real animal, it would be unethical to take the hoof off a horse, and so I can act because I had spent so much time around the horses.
That's right, because if you're an actor and a director calls upon you and says, "Hey, we need you to be in a wheelchair for this scene," I think it's only right for you to stand back and say, "Whoa, I'm not a user of a wheelchair. I don't want to be, perceived as someone taking the role of someone in a wheelchair." So I guess it's the same for animals, really.
Well, I think it's when a director is casting an animal with a disability. Like I said,
how often is that?
Like with horses with disabilities, more common than you think. a lot more. Yeah.
I've literally never seen a movie with a disabled horse in it. That's Can you tell me about maybe one of?
You haven't seen one?
No. What's one of your pieces of work? Maybe I can look it up after this so we can have a look at the movie.
Well, if you go into Joe-Elle Edgerton 1994.com, and you go to the movie section of the website, you'll see. Yeah, the first big hit I was in was The Horse That Didn't Get a Chance.
That's a great title.
It didn't get a chance because it was born with 3 legs. But it wanted to race.
Yeah.
It knew about Phar Lap. That was the only horse he'd heard of, and he thought, I can still be Phar Lap.
I assume this was like a cartoon. It was live action.
This was live action. I was in a farm.
So you're in a horse suit.
I was in a horse suit with 3 legs.
Wow. So you must be quite like a skilled puppeteer as well. Is that
right?
Something.
Absolutely. Well,
But you're an actor, so I wonder, like, as you're playing this horse, you might be doing some puppetry, but it is about the emotion behind the horse. So you're really, all the training that you've undergone. By the hands of your mum, doing Stranger Things musicals and Macbeth in your home and humming the background music. So all of that would have come into play when you're playing a horse with a disability, right?
Absolutely. And the thing that people don't know about acting as disabled horses is that you don't say much. There's not many words. So it's
all in the eyes.
It's in the eyes, and it's in the subtle movements of horses. Because horses speak a lot through their subtle movements. So I spent a lot of my childhood learning to imitate the movements of horses in distress.
That's incredible. And that makes a lot of sense because you would have been, like spending a lot of time around these disabled horses anyway. So you're learning and you're picking up things.
I learned a lot, and I saw the difference between when a horse had 4 legs and no disabilities, how it would move compared to the ones with just 3 legs, for example, and it would be very different.
Tell me about a, dream scenario. Who would you want to work with?
Oh.
Is it Quentin Tarantino?
If I could go back in time, I would work with the cast of Lassie. You know that film? And Babe as well.
I'm familiar with these very animal-centric films, but I worry that there's not a lot of horses in those films. There are some horses in those films.
Ed the horse.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember him?
Yeah, so Dr. Dolittle.
Dr. Dolittle. I would work with that team if given a chance.
Yeah.
But what I feel is there's not very much representation of disabled horses online. So I really would like to advocate and work with a team who promotes horses with disabilities because there's not much representation.
We'll be sure to let the people know that because I do agree with you and I think word needs to go out.
Yeah, so if you go to www.joelledgerton1994.com.au, you can see more about my campaign.
For spelling, is that Joe-Elle Edgerton?
1994.
Yeah,
that's right.
So that's the year of your birth. Was Joe-Elle Edgerton.com not available? You had to throw the 1994 in?
Look, my mum taught me to be proud of the year I was born. It's a tradition in her family to take great pride and let people know when you were born. And so I took that on.
No, well, that's fantastic.
I'm traditional in ways as well.
Yeah. So you're traditional and you're keeping that tradition alive by being proud of the year if you're born. Is there any other traditions that maybe you think, no, I'm not going to follow that one?
Yeah, well, I do have a wife and, I'm Joe-Elle and she is Sarah. And I don't know if we're going to name our child Sarah Joe-Elle.
Yeah, or Joe-Elle Sarah.
Joe-Elle Sarah, yeah. That's a tradition I am still wrestling with. My brothers and sisters all have chosen to hyphenate their names with their partners and give it to their children. But it just doesn't seem right. Like, it's just a kid with 3 hyphenated first names. I don't know.
Yeah, it would be breaking new ground, really, wouldn't it? Yeah. A 3 like I've heard of Mary Ann,
Yeah, that's okay.
Sophie Kate.
Joe-Elle.
Yeah, Joe-Elle. But I've never heard of like Joe-Elle Kate or Joe-Elle Sarah or
Sarah, Joe-Elle, Kate, 4. When will it stop? That's my concern.
Yeah.
Like, what will my grandkids?
Nothing's to say that you have to keep hyphenating down the line.
Yeah, well, I guess that's up to my kids if they decide to continue that tradition.
Yeah.
Who knows?
So, I mean, some people would say that maybe having disabled horses or a horse with a disability in a film is not very traditional because traditionally films have used, fully able-bodied horses, particularly in scenes, where they're galloping or where there's some epic music playing. That's breaking new ground. There's a lot of ways that you, Joe-Elle, are breaking new ground.
And I you're right there, Vader. And in one way I am, is that I am playing the horse.
Yeah.
Because typically in those movies, Brokeback Mountain had a lot of horses and they were real horses that played.
Yeah, but I don't remember seeing any 2-legged ones.
That's right.
Yeah, and that needs to change.
That absolutely needs to change because when people think of horses, they think 4 legs. But there's a vast percentage, a significant percentage of horses that only have 3 legs.
What percentage?
And it's not, estimates range from 2 to 7%, depending on the state you're in. Interestingly, in Darwin has the highest percentage of 3-legged horses and horses with different disabilities.
I believe that though.
Yeah, so you should. And I'm a little bit concerned that you don't know this about the horse.
I'm not. I guess I'm not really in the horse acting sphere as much. So I do apologise for not being educated on the topic. It's it's my responsibility to educate myself. I don't want to be the ignorant one. At the same time, it's just not something I'm exposed to very much. But I'm very curious about the whole sphere, and more importantly, how do you showcase your emotions as a horse? Because I'm assuming you're in full makeup. Like, is there an extension of a snout that you're putting on, and it's all in the eyes, or is it CGI? Or is it a human face like a centaur?
Look, there's different ways of doing it. Some people do use CGI. Sellouts, in my opinion. But I'm all natural. It's all me. It's a bit of makeup, but not too much makeup. And it's just about getting that.
Wow, yeah.
Horse face.
Wow, now that you're showcasing, I'm really believing it.
Yeah, and you just.
So could you maybe do a little for the people? Show us
Imagine there the arms. The arms gone.
All right, let me set the scene, and maybe you can act the piece. Sorry. So you're in. This is a sequel to Dr. Dolittle. You're in a New York vet office. The Dr. Dolittle is there. He's just gained the ability to talk to animals, and you've come in to see him, and he's just told you that unfortunately, your mother's got terminal cancer. Take it away, Joe-Elle Edgerton, ladies and gentlemen. powerful stuff.
Yeah, sometimes you have to close the eyes because they will paint eyes over the top of your lids.
Yeah.
It just depends on the shoot and what the director's looking for. Sometimes you can sense it's a human if the eyes are open.
Yeah. No, because human eyes do look quite a lot like human eyes when they're open. It's hard to put makeup on the eyeballs.
It's true, but yeah, well, I do enjoy it when I don't have to close my eyes because then so my family say,
yeah,
that's me.
Well,
They can
I got
see
one
through
more
the eyes.
scenario if that's all right with you.
Go on.
All right. Imagine, so you've just as a biopic for Farlap.
Yep.
It's called Farlap 2, but Farlap is the evil one, and you are the new horse on the scene. You're the good guy, and you've just won the big race against him. Take it away.
But just to be clear, I would have 3 legs.
Yeah.
Like I won the race.
You've won the race with 3 legs. You're beating out the evil Farlap. Yeah. Right, Joe-Elle Edgerton, ladies and gentlemen.
Me.
Wow, that is incredible stuff. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, that's. I usually get paid for that.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's on. I'm thinking this is really a good audition process because there's going to be a lot of directors watching this thinking that it's Joe-Elle Edgerton, and they're going to be thinking, wow, I can cast this guy as my next horse.
Yeah, well, if anyone would like to see more out there, it's www.joe-edgerton1994.com.au. Go to the movies. The horse that didn't have a chance is the one to watch.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. Well, thanks so much for joining us today, Joe-Elle. I can see that Jake's coming on back. He was selling something on Marketplace.
Right.
But thanks so much,
No,
Joe-Elle Edgerton.
yeah.
Just one last thing before you go. Any advice for the youth?
Yeah. There is no animal that can't be enacted by a human. And don't you forget it.
Wow, powerful stuff. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks, mate. I'll see you next time. Thanks for having me.
See you next time. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Joe-Elle Edgerton, world famous horse actor. Incredible acting skills, and not who I thought it was. I thought it was Joe-Elle Edgerton. I thought they were related. Apparently not. But it's good to have him on the show anyway because we like to have a breadth of different characters. And I can see Jake Payne is coming back here. Come and sit down, man.
So sorry, man. That took
All good,
so
man.
long.
Did you sell your polished chairs?
I sold the polished chairs, yeah, made a good bit of coin.
Good bit of coin. Like what's a polished chair worth these days?
Well, typically, I get them from Bunnings, and just like the original chair, you polish them up. You can probably make a markup of about 35% on each chair.
Wow, it's incredible. Look, I'm so sorry. We go out live with this show. We can't hold your time. We had someone fill in, a lovely gentleman who's into horse acting. So we had to fill in your time. But just in the last 30 seconds or so, do you have anything that is going on in your life? You're working on a PhD?
Yeah, almost finished my PhD. I'm about to start work in Paran at a private practice in April, and yeah, just loving improv comedy and looking forward to the Fringe Festival. The Comedy Fest next year.
Wonderful. Well, come on down to the Improv Pit to see Jake in action at the house team here. And, of course, Comedy Festival will have plenty of shows going on there as well. Thanks for joining us, Jake.
Yeah, thanks, Vader.